There's a new twist on African climate changing. The twist is this: you send money into the area before it floods. So they can buy food stocks. And so when it rains, well, you know it's going to flood because one, they don't have sewer lines. They have ditches if they have that. Water will be in their house. Somebody once said, well, why don't they raise their house off the ground, put it on stilts? What? We've never done that before, they say. Well, do it now. Put gutters on your thing. Make little gutters for your roof. You can do that, right? Channel water away from your house. Dig a ditch. Oh no, that's for the government to do. The government's not going to do it. You have to do it yourself. Clay, bake clay. You do is you wet clay, you put it into your ditch there, and you put your fire in there. It bakes the clay, makes it nice and hard. Then you got a ditch down there. They did it 2,000 years ago in Rome, in Greece, in Babylonia. You channel the water away from your house and down the street, and somewhere down there you have a pond. Maybe soak back the earth again. You can do that, right? Doesn't seem that anybody really cares. But they like the aid coming in ahead of time. Can you prevent the floods? Can you prevent your house from being flooded, your animals being flooded? Can you raise your area around your house or the village? Raise it off the ground. Well, that's an unheard of concept. Dig ditches, pull the water away from the village, drain it away from the village. That's unheard of. You're trying to trick us. Okay. So, learn something about keeping water. And then you get rid of the sewage. Maybe you get rid of your outhouses. You know what outhouse and back is? Well, that's awful. It is kind of hard to understand in the Americas, in, what was it, southern Illinois, you have these mounds. They figure that 32 million bushel of baskets of had to be to make this mound, earthen mound, for some reason. Parts of South America, you go over there in parts of South America, you got these little mounds of around areas. They're all built above the floodplain. They used earth, and they used organic material, and they slowly build these areas. And you will find out that people do that. But I guess in Africa they don't. We're always waiting for somebody else. Well, maybe the pipe will come in. Or that thing. American Indians had, if you look at some of the old settlements, American Indians, they had little channels in the west moving water. Aztecs and Incas, things like that. You look at their stuff, that village on top of a mountain, you look at how it was built and where rain and where they grew food, right. They channeled water. What was that place in Africa, in the middle of nowhere, where they carved into a mountain for whatever reason? They had a channel of going into from the outside going into the mountain along a wallway, their own little pipe, a water pipe coming in. So there were springs on the outside of that thing. And somebody would sit there with a little water wheel and pour water into the channel, brought water inside. Why don't they do it in Africa? Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Meals. Well, the government has to do it. Oh, that sounds interesting. Always waiting for the government to do it, who are very likely incapable of doing it. And any money that they get in there, what happens to it? Corruption, they steal it all. Somebody said, well, we're going to give you money to prevent the next disaster. We give you all this money ahead of time, and you will do things, raise your houses up, put sewer lines in there, channel the water away from everything, except for the officials in the village steal all the money.